It's happening. We have a massive New York Knicks trade update to go over as an insider has revealed the truth on the Knicks' plans going forwards in regards to their roster that has left a lot of questions surrounding who gets added to the team, who does not get added, and who ultimately is going to get traded as the Knicks go all in on trying to win the 2026 NBA Finals, which is going to lead to some tough decisions, but at the end of the day, we do understand that there is going to be a lot of implications behind this, and we're going to go over all of that right now. But guys, real quick, if you're part of that 57% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Knicks updates. We've got a lot of great videos coming out every single day that you don't want to miss out on. We're having so much fun on the channel right now. Knicks basketball is about to be back. We are a day away from seeing the New York Knicks play basketball. I am so excited to have this team back. It has been not a very long offseason in terms of time, but I have missed it every second of every day. I'm so thrilled for this. There's so much to talk about with the Knicks right now, including what this roster is going to look like. Going into preseason, as we know, the Knicks can keep a lot of guys on their roster, and they're going to evaluate a lot. They're going to see who's right, who's wrong, who's making it, who's not making it, but there has been a consistent theme here. The Knicks want to win the finals. As this man, Leon Rose, said, there is one goal on their mind right now, and that is to win the NBA Finals this year. It's their sole focus going into the season. It's what they said when they fired Tom Thibodeau, and it's the same mindset that they've kept. This is the year. They're all in. They are going to do whatever it takes to try to win the NBA Finals. And with that, some tough decisions are going to have to be made about some trades that are going to have to happen so the Knicks can add on the players that they want to add on to the roster. As James Edwards recently mentioned, before a basketball has even been dribbled in front of the public, the Knicks have one roster spot open with veterans Landry Shamet, Mikal Bridges, and Garrison Matthews, all of whom are on non-guaranteed contracts. The frontrunners to fill it, however, per league sources, are Brogdon and Shamet. They are leading the way in order to keep the two veterans, the Knicks must make a trade. Now, Landry Shamet was with the Knicks last year and had a very nice season for himself, putting up 5.7 points per game, 1.2 rebounds, shooting 40% from the field, or 40% from three, 46% from the field, and 47% on the corner three. Shamet's numbers from three specifically would also be better, but once he came back from that dislocated shoulder, you could tell there was a little bit of just an uncomfortability as he was trying to find his rhythm back, because obviously it was a shooting shoulder that got dislocated. So you start to think about it more. The more you think about your jump shot, the more, as Clyde Frazier says, they start to aim a little bit more. Shooters know how to shoot the ball, so when you start to aim, when you start to overthink your mechanics, that's when you're going to start missing those threes more often. Meanwhile, Mikal Bridges had an excellent season last year as well, putting up 13 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 43% from the field and 40% on the corner three. He's been an excellent corner three-point shooter throughout his career, and it has led to a lot of interesting conversations because you don't want to cut Mikal Bridges. He wants to be here. He belongs here, and Mikal Bridges has said that himself, saying, I came here with the expectation that I'm going to make the team. I feel like what I bring to the table, everything I have to offer, I feel like I can help this team get over the hump. The decision is out of my control, but I know I can help this team. And the Knicks know Brogdon can help them. The Knicks have loved Mikal Bridges for a very long time. This is not a new thing that the Knicks like Mikal Bridges. They've wanted Mikal Bridges for years now, but now they finally got their chance to go get him. They got him on a non-guaranteed deal that will become a veteran's minimum contract. Brogdon is a guy worth more than that. However, Brogdon wants to win. He doesn't have a championship. He's 33 years old, sees that, obviously there's only so much time left in the NBA. So what's he going to do? He's going to go try to win a ring with the Knicks and form one of the most stacked up benches in the NBA. Something that you cannot not love if you are a Knicks fan here, because things are absolutely excellent for them. Now, as Shams Charania mentioned, I'm told that he expects to play a key bench role in the rotation. That is what Shams Charania has said in regards to Mikal Bridges. And we've seen Tommy Beard kind of mention Mikal Bridges before, saying, after being traded to Boston in July of 2022, Brogdon seamlessly shifted to the bench and embraced a reserve role. As a Celtic, he averaged 15 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.7 assists while shooting 48.4% from the floor, 44% from downtown, and 87% from the free throw line. In his lone season with the Celtics, Brogdon averaged 11.3 drives per game, the second most among all bench players. The following year in Portland, he boosted that up to 11.7 in just 27 minutes a night. In Boston, he averaged 1.01 points per possession as the ball handler in the pick and roll, the same points per possession as Jalen Brunson, and Brogdon also has been lethal behind the arc. After a shooting career high of 44.4% from downtown in 2022-23, he was above 41% the following season as well. So Brogdon fits the Knicks in every single way, including giving them another floor general that they have wanted for a very, 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 very long time. The Knicks have been waiting for another floor general, and Mikal Bridges comes in and fills this role perfectly in a way that we know Leon and co, they've been waiting for this. They want to keep Mikal Bridges, and they fully intend on keeping keeping Malcolm Brogdon on the team. But obviously that comes with some caveats. It makes it tough, especially when you do want to keep Landry Shamet as well. A man who, when he played in the Knicks playoff rotation, shot 54% from three, also averaging 6 points and 2 assists, and only doing that in 13 minutes a night. Shamet went in there and was a perfect role player for the Knicks that even had Knicks fans chanting Landry Shamet's name during a Knicks win. Like, Shamet really fought his way into the hearts of Knicks fans and the Knicks front office, who also loves him. When you consider all this stuff like this, you understand why the Knicks are likely going to want to keep both of them. Obviously, that's hard to do because then that's where the tough decisions come into play. The decisions that the Knicks are going to have to make pretty quickly. And one of them is, as James Edwards mentioned, per league sources, the Knicks have had conversations with teams about Pacome. The 20-year-old Frenchman is New York's most intriguing prospect, even if he still has a way to go before being a regular contributor. For what it's worth, as Edward said, I've also heard Dadier had a good summer behind the scenes and has made it harder for New York to potentially trade him. Dadier is 6'8", has had some good defensive glimpses in his very limited time, while earning his three-point shot hasn't yet translated in either the NBA or the G League. The foundation for his jump shot is encouraging. If New York were going to move on from one of its youngsters, Dadier would be the most likely to get a worthwhile return. Even though Edwards mentions, I can't imagine it would be more than a second-round pick or two. The other option, the option that I prefer, is with Brogdon in the fold. There doesn't appear to be much of a role for Tyler Kolek, the second-year point guard this season. Kolek did a great job of taking care of the ball and being a setup man in his minimal minutes as a rookie, but his three-point shooting hasn't translated to the pros yet, and he's undersized on the defensive end. Kolek, who's 24, might be the most obvious candidate to move on from a roster construction standpoint, but in talking to some teams around the league, I'm not sure if there is much, if any, value there at this point. Here's the thing. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Fans are going to disagree, and I understand this. You trade Tyler Kolek. Now, I'm going to go over a few things very quickly here because there's no reason to kind of draw it out. Look, Pacome, if you trade him, you get to add a 15th player to the team at a certain point this year. The Knicks have 13 or 12 players in the roster right now, not counting Shamet and Brogdon. You can add one. Now, you can add both if you trade one of these guys. But you get that prorated veterans minimum salary in March if you trade Pacome, because the amount of money Pacome makes. So you could do what the Knicks did with PJ Tucker. Not saying it has to be PJ Tucker. Probably won't be PJ Tucker because PJ Tucker's in his 40s. But it'll be someone. Also, I know when I said has, my voice cracked. My voice really cracked. I heard it. I'm just pushing past it. But when it comes down to it, you can add that 15th player if you trade Pacome. Here's also the thing. I don't want the Knicks to trade Pacome because he's a wing. The Knicks don't have that many wings. They have Josh Hart, that is, Mikal Bridges. They have OG. They have Pacome. I guess Jordan Clarkson can play the wing position, but injuries happen. Mike Brown wants to play this whole team. You can't play Tyler Kolek, Malcolm Brogdon, Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet all together. That doesn't work. It's not possible. Yeah, Landry Shamet can also play that wing spot as well, but you keep Pacome. You understand you're going to have a 14-man roster. You just bite the bullet and deal with it, because you're not getting a player back for Tyler Kolek because you're trying to cut that money. So you trade him to Brooklyn, and if you got to give a protected second-round pick to trade him to Brooklyn for cash considerations, want to know what you do? You do that, because Pacome, the depth matters, and also the future matters. Tyler Kolek is 24 years old. I know he's shown more signs than Pacome right now, but the Knicks, they don't need Tyler Kolek right now. They might need Pacome if injuries happen. And also, Pacome has more value. So when trades down the line need to happen where you need to use value, no team's going to be like, whoa, Tyler Kolek. People will be like, oh, Pacome, there's stuff there. We like this. 6'8", two-way player, has a nice jump shot form. It makes sense. So you do not trade Pacome. You trade Tyler Kolek. You understand there's going to be 14 players in the roster, and you suck it up and you deal with it, because 14 is enough. Did we ever see 15, 14 guys play last year? No. Just so we're counting, just to be very sure about something, I know it's Thibodeau. Want to know what team had their bench play the second least amount of minutes per year last year? The Sacramento Kings, who for half the season were coached by Mike Brown. So let's understand that as well. And I know the bench was a lot worse. I don't care. I don't believe that the Knicks are going to need 15 guys. I don't believe they're going to need 14 guys. But you're better off. You have those two-way contracts throughout the regular season, so it's really 17 guys and 14 guys in the playoffs. You can survive off that. And if a season-ending injury happens, you have that whole. It's not the disaster situation. That's if like half a team dies. It's the basically that disabled player exception where you're like, this player is not going to be back for the entire season. Can we get money so we could sign someone, which the NBA always signs off on if it's guaranteed the player is going to miss the rest of the season. The Knicks tried to do that with Mitchell Robinson, but he ended up coming back, so things changed. But when you consider everything, the Knicks are going to, or they should try to trade Tyler Kolek. Now, neither of them have really shown up and shown out in the G League, or in, well, Tyler Kolek has when it comes to the raw stats. Pacome put up 14 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and was a solid defender as well, but only shot 29% from 3. Meanwhile, Tyler Kolek, his numbers were absolutely excellent. Don't get me wrong. He put up 18.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists, getting 2 steals a night, but shot under 40% from the field and 32% from 3 as well. I would rather the Knicks keep the depth in Pacome and understand you're going to have 14 players come the playoffs because you don't need a 15-man rotation in the playoffs. I've never seen a playoff team use all 15 guys. You keep Pacome, you trade Tyler Kolek and a protected second-round pick to the Nets. You understand it's a loss of value. You understand what you're doing, but it's worth it because you're going all in. The goal isn't to win a championship in 2028, 2029. The goal is to win a championship in 2026. You want Malcolm Brogdon over Tyler Kolek. You have to be willing to trade Tyler Kolek and a protected second-round pick for Malcolm Brogdon. When you put it that way, are you really going to say no? If you, for some reason, disagree with that, please let me know why in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I really enjoyed making this video. I don't know why. I just had a good time right now making this video. Maybe I'm just excited to talk about the Knicks again now that they're back, man. What do you guys think? Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful day. It's Tuesday. Or it's actually Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday the entire day. Look at that. We're another day through. Almost to the weekend, guys. Then we can have some fun. Have a great day. Go Knicks. Also, the Yankees better win against the Red Sox tonight or I might just rip my head off.